Sunday began with the cars that raced in the famous Goodwood 9 Hours events, like this Aston Martin DB2, driven by a Mr. Atkinson.
Where does this passion for motor racing stem from?
Well, I don't know, it just stemmed out of a passion for cars, really, you know, cars and motor cars, and motorsport is my great love and interest. So it was a natural extension when someone allowed me to drive around a track for the first time about 10 or 11 years ago, and suddenly I realized that it could be fun, as long as you know, didn't stretch yourself and try to exercise some good judgment. And it's been, I did quite a lot of racing about 10 years ago in Renault 5 turbos, but I've done very little since because no one would actually allow me to do motor racing while I was working. But most of this year I've done no work whatsoever, so it means that I've been able to do this kind of thing.
And of course you're far too young to remember Goodwood first time around, aren't you? Are you impressed with what you've seen?
Well, I am, yes. I mean, it's just this astonishing detailed recreation of how it was in 1948, or between those periods of 1948 to 66. And I said to the Earl of March yesterday, I thought it was indicative of a kind of insanity, really, this absolute infatuation and obsessive attention to period detail. But I have to say, it's the kind of insanity which I admire hugely. And I think the uncompromising way with which the Earl of March has pursued his very ambitious vision, I think is completely admirable.
It's almost like being on a film set, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it is completely theatrical. So in theory, I should feel very comfortable here. And he's done it remarkably well. I just hope that he can sort of maintain it in future years. That's going to be the interesting thing, as to whether next year, and the year after that, whether he will be able to, you know, to capture the spirit again. But I think that at least he showed the way. He showed how it can be done, and he's done it extremely well.